Good Wednesday morning, my friends. You know what time it is. It's time to get caught up on all the latest fishing, including some really good bluefin tuna fishing. However, the weather is going to change, and later in today's report, I'm going to cover that with you, and you're going to want to hear it. You don't want to waste your money going out there in some really crummy weather. Also, some really good and excellent rock fishing going on up and down the coast. We've got our raffle rocking and rolling, and you can take part in it. If you'd like information on a great raffle that will help us send more stuff down to Mexico, just send me a text at 657-227-6459. Last night was an incredible night with Brian Wynn. He always does such a great job. Go back and listen to that show. And of course, we've got the rockfish bite and so much more. You know what time it is? It is time for the morning briefing. Good Wednesday morning, my friends. Oh, delightful. All right, great to be back with you all again here at 22nd Street Landing, really early Wednesday morning. I've got to run out and do a whole bunch of stuff, so I thought I'd get you going really early here in the morning. And there is so much to cover with you, including that weather scenario that is coming up. Don't forget, hit that like button. That thumbs up really helps us out so very much, and so many of you have been doing just that. Yesterday, I was with Danny Cadota, and we went over and had some sushi, and I've got some post up about that. We had a delightful time together. It was really, really great, and hopefully we're going to be able to all do that together one of these days really, really soon. So smash that like button, share this video if you do like it, and also subscribe. Make sure you tick the bell so we'll notify you when we have new content. All right, let me take you south of the border. Let's start down there where the weather is really, really nice right now, and the rockfish bite can't get much better than it is. Lots of sheepshead and whitefish and vermilion rockfish and treefish and an abundance of different bottom grabbers are biting for the guys at Bluefin out there on Punta Banda. They are hanging a left-hand turn and running down the coast to Santo Tomas area on the Soledad bank, where more and more lings seem to be moving on there. And as Victor from Bluefin has explained, those bigger lings, when that water gets cold, move up into the shallows there. And man, it's game on. It's a lot of fun to fish them with either iron or a big old mackerel or some fresh dead squid. All of that seems to work really, really well on the lings. They're getting a fair amount of that, but that should continue to get better and better and better. So good fishing for those guys. Some yellowtail further down there at San Martin Island. We've seen some really good fishing out of San Quintin, 140 miles down the Baja coast. So that is a bite that is really, really good right now. Some yo-yo ironfish, also a few surface ironfish, but most of the stuff is deep, and a lot of great rock fishing going on down there in that neck of the woods. Back to Ensenada, just want to give Arnie Sport Fishing a plug, as well as Costa Baja, a couple of great guys. Excellent fishing going on. I know it's cold out. I know it's a little bit chilly. Rockfish closure is going to take place in Southern California on January the 1st, and it sounds to me like we're going to lose March also. So that's 4 months. I mean, you got January, February, March, and then possibly it'll open up in April, I guess. So 3 months. But Mexico is a definite alternative to you. And also the Colonette trips that are running out of San Diego, they'll start around the first of the year. Boats like the Relentless and several others will be headed down the Baja coast. They're able to fish the rockfish. Many times they'll get a good yellow bite. That can all bode well for the future. All right, so there you have it down in that neck of the woods. South of the border, some good fishing, and the rockfish will be available to you on January the 1st when it closes here in Southern California. Now, Let's talk about bluefin tuna. First of all, the Pride with another huge day. It's starting to sound like a broken record, but that's how good these guys and consistent these guys have been. They have been knocking home runs out of the park on a regular basis out of 22nd Street Landing in San Pedro, California. Out there on Tanner Bank is where they have been fishing it, and it's been really good on that 18 to 25 pound bluefin tuna. A few bigger in there also, but the vast majority are that grade of fish, and they're biting really well. And the weather out there has been superlative. It's been beautiful, just what you would expect in the late fall in SoCal. It's when we normally have our best weather months. This year in particular, however, was a windy year. And I mean, in the spring it was windy, and then it was windy again in the fall. It's just been that kind of a year. So hopefully we're starting to settle in, but that is not necessarily the case. I'll get to the weather in just a moment for out there in that neck of the woods. So really good fishing out there. Now remember, we love you to fish fluorocarbon, and we love Opsin, www.opsinusa.com. That is a great alternative for you, or an option for you. If you want to fish fluorocarbon, put in FA, Friedman Adventures, FA, at checkout, and you'll get a free gift and a love note from Greg Brown. But you definitely want to fish fluorocarbon. When you're fishing the sardine, you definitely want to drop your hook size down, sometimes to as small as a number 4. Talk to your crew, and sometimes the fluoro down to 20 pound, because those fish in this 59-degree water are really finicky, and there's tons of squid around also. So now if you fish the squid, if your boat has live squid. Now, last night, Mark Paisano took off at 7 p.m. on the Amigo to go make squid. So if he has a tank of squid, watch out. He's going to crank a big number up here today. Watch him very, very closely. I have no doubt that he's going to end up with limits or near limits today. The fish, the bluefin that is, will bite the heavier line when you fish with live squid or fresh dead squid for that matter. Sometimes they'll even bite the 60 pound with a bigger hook, a 2.0 size hook, sliding egg sinker like a ½ ounce, quarter ounce, something like that's been working really, really well. So that is going to be the key. Now, arriving late last night, no, not that late, but last night into 22nd Street was the Pride, again with limits of bluefin tuna. They are going again Wednesday night, 22nd Street Landing, San Pedro, California for you. And then Thursday night, the Freedom will be going again. And they had a spectacular trip on their last one. I think they had 50 BFT. Trevor Downing, the captain of the boat, was here to talk to you all about it and tell you all how important it is to fish fluoro, to choose a good hot bait and drop that tackle down if you have to get a bite. Sometimes that happens when you have cooler water and the fish's metabolism isn't fired up like it normally would be. Although bluefin tuna have the ability to kind of moderate their body temperatures other than other types of fish, it's still, when you drop down to 59 degrees, they're a little less eager to jump on a bait, let's put it that way. So dropping down on the fluorocarbon, on the hook size, and choosing a good hot bait will make all the difference in the world. So really excellent fishing out there right now. Now, as we look at the weather, it's going to be very, very nice until Thursday afternoon. These are forecasts, by the way, but they've been pretty accurate lately. But I do want to make sure you understand these are forecasts. So Thursday afternoon is going to start to blow up, and it's going to get not unfishable, but a little uncomfortable. Let's put it that way. Do I think the fish will bite through it? Yeah, I mean, they should. You're going to get a drop in water temp again. I don't know if we're going to get to a point where it drops so low that it's game over. But with all that squid out there, many of the great captains that we have here at 22nd Street and other guys in San Diego that I've talked to are telling me that they think that fish is going nowhere with all that feed in the water. There's squid, so much of it that it floats up on the deck lights of the boats right now. It's really, really incredible. So we're going to have that weather come up. Good weather Wednesday until Thursday afternoon. So today should be just fine. It shouldn't be a problem at all. And then it's going to get a little bit breezy. And then it's going to go from really nice to a little breezy until we get to late Sunday into Monday. And then it's going to get downright terrible, unfishable perhaps, If you go out there in that mess, that's going to be difficult to catch a fish in if the forecast holds true. And as I said, they've been pretty accurate, so I have no reason to really doubt what they are forecasting in this situation. So I wanted you to be aware of that and keep that in mind. Several San Diego boats are trying to get out there also, and they have had similar kinds of scores as they've been having here at 22nd Street Landing. So really good. You know, in terms of tackle, what to do now, and you also know what kind of weather we've got coming up on the horizon. Sunday, Monday look like terrible to me. Then after that, back to gorgeous weather again. So that's when, if you can't get out here this weekend, then you're going to want to think about like a Tuesday departure. And probably the Pride will just keep rocking and rolling as long as they can. The Freedom and maybe some San Diego-based boats will be at it also. All right, let's talk islands. And we talked San Martin. There's some yellows down there off of San Quintin. Also good rock fishing around Todos Santos with a couple of calico bass and a couple of yo-yo ironfish. Also, as we move you up to Clemente, some yellows there, but nobody's really fishing that place at all. Few yellows and rockfish, and then Catalina, pretty good bonita fishing with rockfish. Yachts continue to catch white sea bass and pretty good numbers of bigger fish. That's all that squid. That's that magnet, that market squid pushing in there is making a huge difference right now. And that is all really, really great stuff and bodes well for the coming year. No question about that in my mind. Santa Barbara, some big yellows and sea bass there. And San Nicolas Island, if you can get on a boat heading out that way, the El Dorado likes to go out there out of Long Beach sport fishing. They have been cranking big old sheep's head and whitefish and all kinds of bottom grabbers. You only have a little ways to go here on some of those species. So remember, January 1st, it's going to shut down on rockfish. And it's still kind of up in the air, the whole rockfish closure thing. I've tried to get a straight answer, and it seems like they still haven't made a decision other than to kind of insinuate that you can flush March down the toilet. That is not going to happen. We'll see. Okay, that's not etched in concrete quite yet, but we'll keep our eyes on it. Channel Islands, really good rock fishing going on up there in that neck of the woods. Simply can't get much better than it is up there, as it's been good lings and reds and all that razzmatazz for the boys up there. And same thing up in Morro Bay, Santa Barbara, excellent on the rockfish. Up and down the coast, I'm talking 1/2 and 3/4 day now. And I am talking, of course, about mostly shallow water rockfish. A few bass kicked in there also, but predominantly from the Mexican border up to past Santa Barbara, we're catching shallow water rockfish. In the surf, man, I'll tell you, I miss being at the beach, but I had to get where I had some lights because it's early. But man, I'll tell you, the beach has been gorgeous these past few days, and there's been some yellowfin croaker, a few halibut on the Lucky Craft type lures, some spotfin croaker. They are going to bite bait like a sandworm or a sand crab, but it's been pretty active for wintertime, where normally things slow way down in the surf, and more barred perch, including some wide open barred perch action going on down around Rosarito, Playa Saldamando, which is near Ensenada, and further on down San Quintin in that area. That comes from Captain Frank Savino, my dear friend, who is living down there in Baja, California. Am I envious? I'm going to have to join you down there, Frank, one of these days, really, really soon. Thanks for those great updates. All right, so there you have it, everybody. Watch that weather. That's going to be very important. The Bluefin bite continues. Probably Jeff Jessup just came by. He's working on the Monte Carlo and the Apollo, and Jeff said, Phil, I'm telling you, this is the best bite we've had all year long. It is so consistently good. Limits. It's the best bite we've had all year long, said Captain Jeff Jessup, and I have to concur. All right, do me a favor, please. Smash that like button. I really, really appreciate it. If you could do that, it means a lot to us here. Share this video and subscribe and tick that bell. I know, there's a lot going on. And then our raffle, first prize is going to be a 2-day trip on board the Apollo. It's going to be a great one. And then we've got a Daiwa reel worth about $400. And then we have some Mad Mac lures in this thing, as well as lots of Opsin fluorocarbon. I mean, the prizes are incredible. If you'd like me to send you information, I'm happy to do it. Just send me a text at 657-227-6459, and we do this all by email, I can fill your tickets out for you, shoot a photo of it, and send you a copy of that. And then you are off to the races. And not only that, not only do you have a chance to win something really big, really great, but you also have a chance to help us do some great things south of the border. So a win-win situation. You can help us, and at the same time, you can maybe win a really big prize. December the 16th, that same phone number. If you want to come out half-day boat fishing with kids, you want to bring kids, this is not an adult, it's an adult thing if you're fishing with your kids, all right? Or grandkids or whatever. If you want to do that, just send me a text, please, and I'll get you all that information. You're not going to want to miss that. It's the Christmas party fishing trip with Friedman Adventures, December the 16th. 2 trips, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. Monte Carlo, 22nd Street Landing in beautiful San Pedro, California. 657-227. I won't do that to you. 6459. No singing. I don't want anybody to get violently ill this early on a Wednesday morning. All right. Good bluefin tuna fishing. Things are heading in the right direction. Friedman Adventures with another live show. And this time it's Danny Cadota. That's Thursday night. Love working with Danny. He's got so many great stories. He's so knowledgeable. And he's one heck of a nice guy. All right, everybody. I left my coffee right here, so I could toast you one more time this lovely morning and wish you a really great day and hope that I see you really, really soon. Take care, my friends. Oh, my God.